Hello and a very warm welcome to all. I'm Neha Bharadwaj-Alter and this is Game On. And after finally almost a month of thrilling action, we have the two finalists who will fight it out to become the champions of Europe. Yes, it's Spain versus England. Spain had already made it after defeating France in the semi-final on Tuesday. But it was England who has finally shown their class, their pedigree, to enter their second successive final of the Euros. Now, they've been ridiculed, they've been booed, they've been called dull, they've been called the lost souls. But the Three Lions silenced their critics in some style as they put on a magical performance to beat Netherlands 2-1 in Dortmund. The build-up to semi-final number 2 was more about whether England can finally play an exciting game with their top stars showing why they are the most sought-after players in different leagues in Europe. England fans had been bored into silence in their previous games with either dull draws or winning on penalties. But just when it mattered the most, Gareth Southgate's men produced the most entertaining performance. Gareth Southgate's men produced the most entertaining performance of Euro 2024. England defeated the Netherlands 2-1 after substitute Ollie Watkins scored a stoppage-time winner to send them to their second successive Euro final. It was a memorable night in Dortmund for the English fans. With the match looking set for extra time, Watkins received a pass from their fellow sub, Cole Palmer, and fired a brilliant strike in the far corner. With that, all their insipid performances of the tournament were forgotten.
I said to Cole that we were both going to go on the pitch and he was going to set me up at half time, and it happened. I manifested it, and as soon as he turned, I knew to make the move, and you don't get that opportunity very often, so I had to be greedy. I had to take it, and I've just seen it go into the bottom corner. I don't think I've hit a ball that sweet before. Obviously in such a special moment as well.
They say well begun is half done, but in England's case the start was far from perfect. With 7 minutes from the kickoff, Xavi Simons gave the Netherlands the lead with a stunning long-range shot. After receiving the ball outside the penalty box, Simons brushed off Declan Rice and scored his first goal for the senior team. But that lead was short-lived as England levelled when Harry Kane was caught by the studs of Denzel Dumfries as he shot, which earned a VAR-reviewed penalty. The decision was a contentious one, but Harry Kane, who had been under the scanner for his below-par performances in the tournament, didn't waste his chance as he drilled into the bottom corner to equalise for England. The Three Lions were close to scoring another goal 5 minutes later when Phil Foden went through a series of tackles almost to the line, but Dumfries was there to clear it off. While England dominated the game throughout, they were staring at another extra 30 minutes when Gareth Southgate decided to introduce Watkins with 9 minutes left. And that turned out to be the decisive moment, with the Aston Villa striker troubling the Dutch defence, eventually scoring the winner.
Harry took quite a big knock when he won the penalty, so we weren't sure how long he would be able to play on for. And him and Phil were playing well, but we were losing a little bit of energy on the pressure. Certainly we weren't taking Phil off because of his performance, but we have got good players on the bench. That freshness we felt could help us.
England have stuttered and stumbled in this tournament and will be the underdogs against Spain. But after the superb show in Dortmund last night, the belief has been reinstilled among the fans that this team can finally take the trophy home that has eluded them for more than half a century. All right, let's also listen into what Harry Kane had to say after the game, along with Phil Foden.
It's special, really special. It's not easy, to go back to back in this tournament against the best teams in Europe. It's really tough. It takes a lot out of you physically, a lot out of you mentally. But yeah, we found a way, and step by step we've been improving and getting better, and we fully deserve it. So unfortunately, there's that feeling we've got one more to go. The job's not finished, It'll be a really tough game on Sunday, but yeah, we can enjoy this and then prepare well tomorrow. Yeah, well, for sure, we're getting better each round. I think the performances speak for themselves. I thought today was our best performance by far, and we fully deserved the win. And yeah, there was a lot of talk early, and understandably, because we wasn't playing as well as what we know we can. But ultimately, I said, judge us after the tournament, judge us when it's finished, and we'll see where we're at. And we've got to a final. We can be proud of that, but ultimately, that's not why we're here. We're here to win it, and we know Sunday will be tough against Spain. They're a great team. But yeah, we've got one more step to make history.
I feel like the last 2 games have been improvements. I feel like the position's helping me as well to get on the ball and get in dangerous areas. So yeah, like I said, I was enjoying it out there tonight. I was picking up spaces and look more like myself, like I do for City, finding on the edge of the box and getting shots away. So yeah, I was just enjoying my football.
Well, there was also a controversy in the match. Dutch players and the pundits on TV, they turned on referee Felix Zwayer after he awarded England a contentious penalty decision. Harry Kane's spot kick proved the most controversial moment of the match, cancelling out a superb Xavi Simons opener. Here's what really happened. In the 14th minute, Harry Kane attempted a shot from a bouncing ball that was hit over the bar. As he was releasing the shot, he was caught by Netherlands defender Denzel Dumfries, went down in pain. Now, referees he pointed for a goal kick, but a few moments later, VAR intervened and he was told VAR was checking for a possible penalty. Now, the referee checked the monitor and he had to change his decision, awarding the penalty to England. There's an unwritten law in football that if a player manages to complete a shot on goal and is then caught by a defending player, there shouldn't be a penalty because the attacking team cannot get to that. The shot has been released. They really don't have the advantage, the attacking team, because the shot has been released, the move is over. So then, why the penalty? The VAR assistant has taken the nature of Dumfries' challenge and he has found that to be reckless, which is why the Netherlands player was booked. The Dutch, though, were distraught. They were not convinced it was a penalty. Netherlands captain Virgil van Dijk, he, along with their manager Ronald Koeman, both believed that the decision was wrong. Even former footballers turned TV pundits, they were not convinced that that penalty should have been awarded to England. Gary Neville, he said, as a defender, it's an absolute disgrace. That was not a penalty for me. This is what he said. Gary Lineker also echoed Neville's views, sharing, saying that, I'm sorry, but however biased you may be, I can't see how that is a penalty. Now, many believe VAR was wrong in even interfering with the referee's judgment because the referee was in the right position and he did not give a foul straight away. So the penalty kick should not have been awarded.
Certain decisions, but listen, I think referees can also make mistakes, but we speak about that we can communicate with the referee and we can do this and that. Obviously, when I got the yellow card, that was unnecessary, but certain decisions didn't go our way, and I don't want to put that blame in the fact that we lost the game. Obviously, it impacted the game a couple of times, and yeah, obviously everyone is trying to help the referees nowadays, but they also have to be accountable as well at times. I think there's many emotions going through at the moment, and I think the biggest emotion is that we are out of the tournament. And the decision has been made that it was a penalty. We have to accept that. The VAR did it. I don't know what was the VAR, by the way, but we have to move on. Unfortunately, we're out of it, and yeah, time for a break. We all need a break.
I don't know. I didn't see that. I will see it after. But yeah, the decision is made. We cannot change nothing now. And at the end, this is football. This is life. You fall and then you have to get up and keep working. Yeah, what I say, with a lot of ups and downs. But at the end, we were here in the semi-final. And one thing for sure that I can say is with all the players that we have for the future and the next generation, plus the guys that have a little bit of experience, we're gonna achieve a lot of things, and that's for sure.
US President Joe Biden and Britain's newly elected Prime Minister Keir Starmer shared a joke about England beating the Netherlands to reach the Euro 2024 final on Wednesday. The two world leaders were meeting at the White House during a NATO summit being hosted in Washington, D.C. on the Transatlantic Alliance's 75th anniversary. Listen in.
I kind of see you guys as the knot tying the transatlantic alliance together. The closer you are with Europe, the more you're engaged, the more, because we know where you are, and we know where we are in both countries.
No, I think that's absolutely right. And now we go into a cup final on Sunday on top of all of that. So, very good. I actually I began to watch the game with the Netherlands Prime Minister, but we left at 1-1.
Well, you guys are still talking to one another?
We haven't seen each other since, so we'll have to see.
Well, we got a lot to talk about.
And there were some mixed scenes on the streets in Dortmund as England beat Netherlands. Awestruck England fans celebrated their team's win. The celebrations were largely peaceful except for few bar brawls. Some streets there were arrests that were witnessed as well after the game as the Dortmund police tried to control unruly fans. The cops also had to handcuff some fans before taking them away from the chaotic scenes.
Ecstatic. It's the resilience, come back every game, change the formation, like everyone's connected, the atmosphere in there, unbelievable. We're going to win it. It's coming home, 100% it's coming home.
So bloody amazing. That was so good of them. I didn't like the first one, the second shot, but the third one, amazing. I'm loving Ollie right now. I'm loving and loving and loving. I hope they win on Sunday. Yes, they can. With us around, they can. Us supporters.
I'm over the moon, absolutely over the moon. I feel like the boys played so well, composed, just, like really pushing their country forward. And I'm just so pleased with the result. And I can't wait for Sunday. Come on, England, come on, come on.
It's a bit sad. I don't know that much. I don't want to tell that much. It's sad. The Netherlands, they were playing good. It was all fun, but I don't know what to say about it. I think the match is a bit rigged. I think the referee robbed us a bit.
We're gonna win next time again, and then everything is okay. It's okay.
Ja, zeg maar, we hopen wel dat Engeland kampioen wordt.
We hope that England will become a champion.
It's okay. I can live with it. In 4 years, we're going to be Euro champions, so it's...
Very disappointed, yes. It was not an 11 meter. It was not a penalty, I believe. But it was a good game for both.
Very disappointed. It's the end is not well for us, but we'll be stronger next time. We're going to win.
All right, looking ahead to the big final in Berlin on 15th of July, the first team to enter the final. Spain held a training session on Wednesday, a day after beating France 2-1 to reach the final. Spain had struck twice in 5 minutes in a pulsating first half to secure the comeback over the French side on Tuesday as a record-breaking goal from teenager Lamine Yamal and Dani Olmo effort propelled them into the Euro finals that'll be played on Sunday. The 16-year-old Yamal, he cancelled out Randal Kolo Muani's opener with a sublime shot in the 21st minute to become the youngest scorer in a Euro or World Cup, before Olmo added another in the 25th for his third goal in the knockout stage. The Spaniards, who won every game of the tournament so far, confirmed their favourite stag with another display of attacking football, especially in the first half. That is a far cry from the tiki-taka passing game that earned them world and European titles more than a decade ago. All right, let's talk about Copa America now. And Colombia beat Uruguay 1-0 in the semi-final to set up the Copa America Summit showdown with defending champions Argentina. Despite being reduced to 10 men for the last 45 minutes, Colombia prevailed in the intense battle to secure their place in the final for the first time in 23 years. Jefferson Lerma, he scored in the 39th minute for a 1-0 win. Colombia then held on to that slender lead even as Daniel Munoz received a red card in the 45th minute. Munoz had received his first yellow card from the Mexican referee Cesar Ramos in the 31st minute for a reckless slide tackle on Maximiliano Araujo, and his second for elbowing Manuel Ugarte in the stomach. With the win, Colombia now have extended their unbeaten streak to a team record 28 games, one more than from 1992-94, and the longest current streak in men's international soccer. In a match that included 7 yellow cards in addition to the red, players from both teams pushed and shoved in a scrum on the field at the final whistle. Darwin Nunez and about a dozen Uruguay teammates went into the stands as fans brawled. Colombia will now meet defending champions Argentina, Miami Gardens in Florida for the Copa America crown. The Albiceleste are seeking a record 16th Copa title and are looking to join Spain from 2008 and 2012 as the only countries to win 3 straight major championships. Uruguay stay in Charlotte to meet Canada on Saturday night in the 3rd place match. Before an overwhelmingly pro-Colombia crowd of 70,644 that filled Bank of America Stadium with yellow jerseys and flags, Uruguay fell behind for the first time in the tournament. James Rodriguez's corner kick was headed in from short range by Lerma, who outjumped Jose Maria Jimenez for his 3rd international goal and 2nd of the tournament.
We wanted to win, didn't want Uruguay to come back, but Colombia held out.
Yes, so excited to go to the finals, baby.
Go Colombia!
What do you think?
Colombia, papi.
De una.
Colombia.
I thought it was awesome. I wish we would have still had the 11 players that we lost that one, but still it was a great game. It was very tight, but we still made it. Colombia, baby, James.
It's going to be a really close call because they have Lionel Messi, which is the GOAT, and they have Di Maria. They have really good players, but I feel like Colombia, the way they played today, is going to be a big part.
I don't know. I think the game changed a couple of times, right? In the first half, we had a few good chances. Ball just didn't want to go in. I don't know. You know, one of those games, it was not for us, I guess. They played really well.
After the red card, I thought Uruguay was going to come out and attacking, and I knew that Colombia was going to wait on them and capitalize on them. They didn't. We played better, but unfortunately, the ball did not go in. We had our chances, but the ball did not go in at all.
Yeah, the game was crazy. Atmosphere was crazy. I was supporting first Uruguay, but I want to see Colombia fans. I said, no, I'm going to support Colombia. Yeah, and they gave me these things. I love it. I was like, I broke my heart when they got red card, but that was good, you know. Uruguay's got a lot of chance, but they didn't realize moments, you know. I'm very happy for Colombia. Vamos, Colombia!
Meanwhile, defending champions Argentina started their preparations in New Jersey for Sunday's final against Colombia. Lionel Messi's Argentina are looking to secure a record 16th Copa America title. Messi had led Argentina into the final with his 109th goal in the 2-0 win over Canada in the first semi-final. The captain had said that he would continue to play for Argentina even after the final on Sunday. Messi, after the win over Canada, had termed his team's performance in the tournament as insane. With a victory on its Independence Day, Argentina extended its unbeaten streak to 10 games. The Albiceleste seek a record 16th Copa title when they play Uruguay or Colombia, in fact, on Sunday, trying to string together Copa America titles around the 2022 World Cup Championship. Argentina are aiming to match Spain's feat of winning the 2008 and 2012 European Championships along with the 2010 World Cup. French authorities are redoubling their efforts against fake merchandise and dupes of especially luxury brands as Paris prepares to host the Olympics this summer.
Alongside the athletes and sports fans, Paris 2024 is also attracting the usual wave of unofficial and counterfeit merchandise. According to the International Olympic Committee, the most faked products are clothing and items featuring the mascot. Paris 2024 organisers and the IOC have both joined French brand protection group Unifab, which has had some success, according to its head, Delphine Savati-Sobrera.
On a travaillé beaucoup en amont avec les JO. Il y a eu énormément.
We've been working a lot ahead of the Olympic Games. There were a lot of operations carried out, with training over almost 18 months for operational agents, the police, customs, the gendarmerie, fraud prevention. And there were big, major operations like a few weeks ago, the closure of more than 10 stores in the Saint-Ouen area, which is 500 metres from the Olympic Village. Thousands of fake products were seized to really clean up this area where there were a lot of counterfeits in circulation.
In total, 63,000 items of clothing, shoes and leather goods were confiscated and destroyed, and 10 people arrested in that one raid. And the problem is not just Olympic fakes. Visitors to France often seek out luxury goods from brands like Louis Vuitton and Chanel. Those who cannot afford the real thing are possibly tempted by cheaper fakes. In recent years, the authorities have dialed up their efforts to stem the flow of counterfeit goods. Customs seized 20.5 million counterfeit products in 2023, a 78% increase on the 11.5 million confiscated in 2022.
Les criminels qui ont compris que la contrefaçon.
Criminals who know that counterfeiting brings huge returns with little investment also engage in other illegal activities such as arms trafficking, prostitution, human trafficking, etc. So people should know that buying a counterfeit also means financing major trafficking or even terrorism.
Unifab has also opened a museum to help educate people on the big business of luxury fake items. Counterfeit branded clothing alone cost companies in France an estimated average of $1.83 billion in lost sales each year between 2018 and 2021. That's according to the European Union's Intellectual Property Office. The crackdown has drawn some criticism though, with accusations that informal market sellers of legal second-hand goods have been caught up in the operation against counterfeiters and petty crime in the Paris suburbs. Police did not respond to a request for comment.
Cooking is an act of love. The first act of love we receive from our mothers in the families.
Modern Indian food is all about contemporary and innovative approach to traditional Indian cooking.
Representation it's also important, no?
I want to wear this white coat every day and then be a chef.
There are stories. If the name a whiskey is Ingrid, then there is a whole story behind that.
Cooking food is like a therapy, and eating one is like a pleasure I can give it to myself. With Lounge Nights, I'm on a journey to celebrate and recognize the best food and nightlife establishments in various cities across India.
Radical presents Lounge Nights, premiering every Saturday and Sunday, only on News 9 Live.
This is News 9 Live, India's only digital exclusive live stream. For the early adopters, bringing you the news 24/7. For the smart audiences on the smartest TVs. News 9 Live,